I'm sure no everyone having a career coach in your mind. Keep that in your mind in front of you. Keeping that in front of you, then answer my question. Actually, my question starts now. Then answer. Identify the qualities and characteristics a career coach have, which are very important, as per your opinion and your experience. Now you think about the qualities which the career coach should have. If you find yes, think about him or her, what quality he or she have, why you like him. If no, an idea you would like to like and what qualities are there. What are the important things which come to your mind the career coach should have? Your experience, your expectations, that you specify now. That's my question to you. Listening quality, yes, I could see one. Patience, understanding, active listening, reflecting, emotion. I'm just reading from the what you are writing. Great book, you're writing so much. Empathy, know about the field, able to give clarity, flexibility, suggestions, attention, care. Good, great. Holistic understanding, give and take. Attitude, good listener, humble, subject expert, empathy, updated knowledge of new age career, friendly, approaching. I'm just reading from what you are writing because I'm so fortunate this morning, that I'm talking with a group who's so attentive. That's your qualities. The group sitting in front of me at this moment. And your activeness, your involvement, the way you are writing so fast, so quickly, writing on the keyboard and sending me the message through chat shows your desire to learn. And your desire to learn is a motivator for me, believe me. Your desire to learn is a motivator for me. Deep knowledge, active knowledge, great. Active listening skills. Thanks for giving me a motivation this morning. And acting as an active listener. This is the quality of active listener which I'm getting it. Fortunate. Okay. So you have written so many qualities based your experience, you identified a career coach, or you imagined what a great career coach could have been. Based on your knowledge, based on your experience, the quality which you have written. And the quality which have been written, if I presume there are 250 of you attending at this moment, writing, if I take an average age, say for example, of 30 years of the group or 25 years of the group, so you can imagine if I say 250, that means 5,000 years experience is there in my chat box. 5,000 year experience. If I take each one age on an average 25 years and 200 of you are there actively involved with me at this moment, and that means altogether I'm getting 5,000 years experience, which is not possible for me to take in my lifetime. And if I summarized the qualities given by you over here, I hope you will agree with me that I may get a list of it. If I try to prepare a list of the quality which you written on the chat box, each one of you, maybe about 80 or 90 qualities, 80 or 90 characteristics of great career coach. You agree with me or disagree with me? I'm saying if I summarize all the quality which have been given by you people at this moment to me, I may end up with 80 qualities for 90 qualities, maybe 100 qualities. If I take all. So I agree. Most of you agree with me that we are compatible. We are compatible. And it's almost impossible. It's almost impossible for any one of us, including me too. When I say any one of us, I'm putting myself also in that bracket. It's almost impossible for us to remember 80, 90 qualities. We cannot remember. If I ask you, okay, list the 80 qualities of a great career coach, you can't. After about 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 quality, you start mixing up the qualities again and again. Hence, I will not burden you with these 80 qualities. I just summarized your chat data, and I will not put a pressure on you to remember 80 qualities or 90 qualities. What I'm going to give you in my next 2 slides are the 10 most important qualities which a great career coach should have as per the NCDA, National Career Development Association of US, NCDA, which is one of the largest body across the globe, which can help you. They have worked, including India was one of the country, worked and find out the 10 most important qualities which every career coach should have to be a global practitioner. Okay? Yes, we can have maximum, 8 to 10, somebody have written it. Good, I'm also saying same thing. Okay, so there are 10 qualities which are most important. I will list those qualities in front of you one by one. With a request to you, listen to my question next. With a request to you, no, my focus is on the coach. No, here. Read the quality, think about you. When you read the quality on the slide in front of you, think about you. Do you think you have that quality? Be honest with yourself. Be honest. And at the end, I will ask you, out of the 10 quality, how many quality you think you have? 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. Which you think you have, and other people with whom you interact, your parents, your friends, blah, 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 they also think you are. Okay? So read the quality one by one, think over it for a moment. This will just take 5 minutes maximum, this activity. Think over it. Do you think these qualities you have? If yes, great. If no, okay, no problem. That is the reason we are sitting over here to develop over a period of time. No problem. A question mark, you think you have, but when you think from others' perspective, you find they don't think you have. That's very important. If I think I'm hardworking and you, my participant, my friends, don't think I'm hardworking, that means either I am not hardworking or I fail to demonstrate. I fail to project my quality where you can also see me. So compatibility is required. Let's see those qualities which have been identified of a great career coach. And keep that in mind, which you will be developing over a period of time. Communication skill. This is very important quality. Your communication skill, keep in mind. As a career coach, you should not take more than 20 to 30% of the time of the session. If the session is for 1 hour session, you are having your client, your time is only as a coach 20% or the 30%, not more than that. 70 to 80% of the time is meant for the client, for the coachee. And many of the career coaches I've seen, they just keep on talking, not leaving any time for the client to express his or her feeling. So make it a point, your communication skill, you communicate. Now, what is important for that? Questioning and listening, I'm subsequently coming. So communication skill is equal, your communication skill to communicate to the client the relevant of the information which is required. Non-judgmental acceptance, this is very, very important. Non-judgmental acceptance of your client. Don't make any preconceived notion about any client, that about the race, from the religion, from the abilities, from the competency. No, client is client. Receive the client with an open arms. Don't make any judgment about the clients. So your mind should be an open mind when you interact with the client. She's coming with issues, with the notions, with the concerns. Listen to that. Empathy, yeah, many of you have written it, empathy. Empathy on your part towards your client is a very important characteristic. They are not in order, which is required. Think over it. Genuine interest should reflect from your action, from your body, from your language, verbally and non-verbally. Genuine interest in your client. The client can perceive. If the client failed to perceive the genuine interest in you, that means there is something you need to do it. What you need to do it? I will come to that also. So would we get this? Please forget about certificate, you will get that. Listen to what I'm saying. Somebody put a question, would we get the certificate after attending this, you can ask later on the organizers, okay? Genuine interest in the client. The fifth one, which I find lacking in most of the people, but it should not be, that is self-reflection and self-awareness. Do introspection. When? Not during the session, after the session. Always keep some time, cushion time, at the end of the session where you reflect and try to see, put some questions to yourself. And what are those questions? I'm coming to that too. Okay. So communication skill, non-judgmental acceptance, empathy, genuine interest, self-reflection, and self-awareness. Sixth one, problem-solving skills. This is very important, but when I'm saying problem-solving skills, I'm not talking your problem-solving skills, not your competencies, but your skill to collaborate with your client in solving the problem. Your client is knowing the ability, knowing the competency of your client, not your skill. You might be competent, extraordinarily competent, but I'm not. I'm your client. So your task is to collaborate with me in solving problem, so that those problems I can perceive as my problem, not your problem of the coach. It's not the problem of the coach, it's the problem of the coach clients. So solving skills. The seventh one, rapport building skills. This is very essential, very, very important. And you believe me, at this even stage, after working for 48 years in this domain of career coaching, even sometimes I take 2 to 3 sessions in rapport building. Some people think rapport building just saying, hello, how are you? Giving a smile. How is your family doing? How is the day today? That's not. Rapport building means is building trust in the mind of the client, building trust in the mind of the client about you. Once trust has been formed between you and your client, believe me, about 70-20% of the journey has been covered by that. Okay? So, rapport building with the client, talk with the client and make him comfortable. Don't hurry up with the session. Maybe 1 session, 2 sessions, 3 sessions might take. Let it take if that's required. But that's very important characteristic. How you form the rapport, how you identify with the client is important. Flexibility, one of the hallmark of a innovation, of a creativity. Flexibility on your part. Sometimes you plan the session, you will plan the session, and you find your client came and he or she started crying. Something must have happened back at home, at her place, at her workplace, and he or he broke down. So what you will do? Will you tell him stop crying? Listen what I have planned for you? No. So flexibility on your part. Session can be done later on, can be next day also, but see the concern that time. And discussion, the client, that's I said about 70-80% time given to the client. And when he or she start giving some information, which you never thought about it. So bring flexibility. Flexibility will give birth to originality and creativity in your approach. Multicultural competencies. Know from which culture set a client is coming. That's another very important competency. Coming from Eastern culture or Western culture. What kind of child rearing practices are there? Or coming from a nuclear family, coming from a joint family. So all this information is very important when you take a case study of the client. See the background. And the last, which is mostly lacking in people, it should not be that a sense of humor on your part. So that session should be made very conducive, very friendly, non-threatening. As I started in the initial, if you remember, I said, I'm going to give you activity asking some question, but believe me, my question will be non-threatening in nature. I'm not going to evaluate anyone intellectual. That means giving that information truthfully to the clients. So these are the most important, some of the competency you said, yes, some of you have said in the chat, but they are the 10 most important competencies which are required to be adopted in a great career coach. Okay, so now my question to you, think about these competencies. Do you think you have these competencies? How many of these you have? Not only you have, what other things? No, in the middle you think about your family member. Forget what I'm doing. Okay, think about you interact with the family member most. Think. How many quality you think you have, and your family member also think you have. Your spouse, your son, your brother, your sister, whatever, they also think. How many quality you think? 2, 3, 4, 5. Think over it. And if you can write me on the chat, how many quality you think you have as on today? When I started, I had only one quality, believe me. Let me be honest with you. How many? Many have no answer. Somebody written many. No. I'm not giving you 1,000 numbers. I'm giving you only 10. Just to identify, be very specific, not generalistic. 7, 6, 4. So that's good. Think over it. And I'm expecting your honesty from you for the self. I'm not asking honesty with me. That's honest. You are over here to learn, to grow, to become an effective global career coach. Think about how many you have. 5, 6, 7. Great. No, identify which you don't have. And start working from today. Some we will try to develop over a period of time, today and tomorrow. And start thinking how to develop those qualities, which is not very difficult. But be honest. So whenever you start thinking about developing quality, out of the 10 quality, pick 1 or 2, not more than that. Just 1 or 2. And make it a point for next 15 days from today onward. I will start from today. Next 15 days, I will try to adopt this as a part of my life. The way I eat my food, go to the washroom, go take bath, everything, go to the office, to the work. Think about it. You made that your lifestyle. Go to the bed to sleep at 10 or 9 or 11 or whatever. That's your lifestyle. So similarly, take 1 quality or 2 quality out of this, not more than 2 at all, my request to you, which develop next 15 days. And once you develop, for example, flexibility, you want to develop flexibility, your approach should be flexible. Rigidity, if any element of rigidity is there in your approach, stop it. See what will happen. See the change. It will take time, but the change will come. And then evaluate after 15 days. Now, what other thing do you think you have adopted? You have really acquired that quality? Other thing you have acquired? Think about it. Don't pick more than 2 quality at a time. Just take 1 or 2. You will find these are the 10 quality which are very, very essentials to adopt it. Am I clear? So these are the globally required. And some of you have given it. I'm not saying something I'm giving which never came to your mind, but some maybe sense of humor, self-reflection, self-aware, introspection are the very important. Okay, understand them. Efforts will be yours. No, there are three elements of helping relationships which are essential, that is helping relationship, listening, and questioning abilities. We will spend roughly about 10 minutes time on this also. Very important. Helping relationship, I formed a very simple formula for you. Ingredients of a helping relationships. That is true AWG. AWG stands for awareness, warmth, and genuineness. Okay. True, that is trust, respect, understanding, empathy. If you bring trust, respect, understanding, empathy towards your client, this will help in building acceptance, warmth, and genuineness about you. So three last elements, acceptance, warmth, and genuineness, to be created in the mind of the client through your trust, respect, understanding, empathy, which you show to your client. So show, believe, trust the client. Don't question the client. Okay. So that he or she feel comfortable in expressing his or her concern. Respect the client. The way he, as I said initially, non-acceptance of the client. Understand. Empathize with the concern, with the issues, with the difficulty experienced by that. And this will bring, your objective is to bring AWG, acceptance, warmth, and genuineness of your in the mind of your client. This is your first focus for the client. And this will come through, if you adopt four elements, I'm sure of trust, respect, understanding, empathy, this will help in building the acceptance, warmth, and genuineness of yours in the mind of keeping yours acceptance, warmth, and genuineness in the mind of the client. And for this, you require two elements, that's the listening and the questioning. Listening, as I said, your time is only 20 to 30% is your time of the session. 70 to 80% time is of the client. When I say 70 to 80 of the client, that means you need to develop an ability to listen to the client carefully. And what element to be adopted, I will come subsequently now. Listening ability, develop your listening ability. For listening ability, formula which I'm giving you a simple one, SOLER, SOLER. I will explain you. If you adopt this formula, this will help you. You will find your listening capacity, you yourself will experience it. Your listening capacity will enhanced to manifold. That is, stand squarely, face the client squarely, just at a 90-degree angle, face the client. Be frank, straightforward with the client. And don't deviate more than 45 plus minus degree angle. 90 degree, just face the client. Okay? With open, adopt an open posture with the client, who stand for. L, lean towards your client. Means distractions are to be stopped as much as possible. Lean towards the client, I know means your head start touching the head of the client. Keep that distance. But when I say lean towards the client, so the client can feel, experience you are with him or her that time. Maintain good eye contact with the client and stay, R stand for relaxed. Try to be relatively relaxed. Follow this formula. I'm sure this is not very difficult for you to remember. If you want to develop your listening ability, which is very essential, 70 to 80% time you're listening, and henceforth face the client squarely, adopt an open posture with your client, lean towards the client, maintain good eye contact with the client. It's not that client is talking and you're looking here, you're looking your time, your watch or wall clock or some scenery on the wall. No. Maintain eye contact with the client so that encourages the client. Your body language will encourage the client to come out. Yes, you are giving time, you're listening, not ignoring what he's saying, and try to be relatively relaxed. Follow this formula. This will help you in developing your listening ability. Am I clear? Or any question? I don't see any question. Okay. Now, next element is questioning. Listening comes with the questioning. Now, how to put the question? That second next ability will be the questioning ability. If you must have seen by this time, my focus is on the coach, not on the coachee. I'm not going to the client. I will, after this, I will go to the client. At this moment, my focus is on the client, on my coach. Questioning. Next is the questioning. There are three questions I'm putting in front of you. Because don't answer, please don't answer this question. Listen what I'm trying to put here. Because sometimes I find parties start jump to answer, but that's not my intention. So first, I'm putting a question. Say, for example, I'm putting a question of, trust building is the first step in effective coaching. Answer could be agree, disagree, undecided, strongly agree, undecided, disagree, strongly disagree. 5 choices. So question I'm putting, trust building is the first step in effective coaching. I'm giving 2 options, agree, disagree, or I'm giving 3 options, agree, disagree, undecided, or I'm giving 5 options, strongly agree, undecided, disagree, strongly disagree. Or second form, the same question I can put the second one, which I'm showing to you on the slide, that is, what is the first step in effective coaching? I'm not giving any option. I'm giving a question. What is the first step in effective coaching? I can ask this question also to get the answer. Or third question I can ask could be, trust building is the first step in effective coaching. Answer could be agree, disagree, undecided, strongly agree, undecided, disagree, strongly disagree. Once you answer, then answer why or why not. So what happened in the first type of question, I'm giving the options. To answer, you have to pick one of the answer which is applicable on you. Okay, like agree, disagree. Okay, yes, no, undecided. Second type of question I'm giving you, where I'm not giving you option. I'm keeping it for you to give the answer the way you want to answer. In third question, what happened? I'm giving you options. In the first part, I'm putting a question, giving the option. Once you answer my option, I'm asking why or why not. You say agree. I'm saying why. You disagree. I'm saying why not. So first question type is when I'm giving option. Second, I'm not giving any option. I'm giving you freedom to say. The third type of questions, I'm giving option and then giving freedom. Am I clear? Am I clear? 3 type questions. So first type questions are known as some of you must be knowing, I'm sure. First type of questions are known as close-ended questions. First type questions are known as closed-ended questions, which means where range is fixed. Okay. Second type of questions are known as open-ended question, where nothing, everything is left on the client to say. Okay. I'm not fixing anything. I'm not giving you any option to answer. You answer the way you want to answer. Okay. That's the second type of questions are known as open-ended question. The third type of questions are known as, first part if you see is close-ended, second part if you see of this question is open-ended. So third type of questions are known as mixed question or partially closed or partially open. Okay, any name you can say. The third type of questions are known as mixed question or partially closed question or partially open question. Okay. So 3 types of questions are there. One type of questions are close-ended questions. Second type of questions are first type of questions are close-ended questions. Second type of questions are open-ended questions. Third type of questions are mixed questions or partially open-ended questions. Clear? Am I clear at this point to you? I'm sure some of you must be knowing it also. Okay. Close-ended questions, open-ended questions, semi-close-ended or mixed questions. Okay. Here I've already explained close-ended questions. Those questions range is defined, already given. Like MCQ, multiple choice question, A, B, C, D. 4 choices given. That means these are close-ended questions. The second type of questions are range is not defined, open-ended. Third, partially defined. Like first part is defined, I said close-ended, then I've given you why, open-ended. I hope it's clear. So 3 types of questions are there. Know my question to you, which you have to answer it not now, after 4 slide. When I show you 4 slide, next 4 slide, then you answer this. But keep that, when you see the slide, keep that question in your mind. When you initially start with the client, when you initially start with your client, your session, should you start with the open-ended question or should you start with the close-ended question? Or should you start with a mixed question? So you have to give that answer. Which type of questioning I should start as a coach with my client initially? Close-ended, open-ended, or mixed when I start? Please don't answer it. See my next 4 slide only, then answer. Then your answer will be accurate. Otherwise, your answer will not be accurate. You are just making a guess. Hit and dial, open, close, mix. Just giving answer. Don't answer it. Let's take the learning properly. Okay. My question is clear to you. When you see my next 4 slide, kindly think over it. Should we start? Then I ask my question. Should I start the open-ended question? Should I start with the close-ended question? That type. Okay. Here. No, I'm going a little faster. I will move. I know time is running short. Close-ended question. I'm giving you advantage with close-ended question and disadvantage. Then I will give you open-ended question, advantage, disadvantage. Keeping advantage and disadvantage of the open-ended and close-ended question, then you answer me. Should I start with the close-ended or should I start with the open-ended? Advantages are of the close-ended, easy for the client to answer, not putting any pressure. You're giving options, A, B, C, D, E, F, etc. So he's picking mark 1, which mostly happen. And second, yield information very quickly. You can quickly ask a lot of questions in a short time. Maybe in 60 minutes, you can ask 200 questions, close-ended questions, because options are available. And the client is picking up. You don't know the accuracy of that. We have mechanism for that, which subsequently, when you come advanced, then I will discuss that time. Then useful information for clarifying, information. Advantage of the close-ended questions are there. Disadvantage, stick client to brief answer because you're not giving any option to client to expand. You're asking do they agree or disagree or undecided, strongly agree. So he's picking or she's picking one. So restricting client to brief answer. Keep questioner in the control of the conversation. So questions are in your control, not in the control of the client. So it's in the hand of the coach. Coach. Disadvantage, so control entirely in your hand. Make client feel interrogated. Very dangerous disadvantage of the close-ended question that client can feel interrogated. You are interrogating him or her like a police officer, like a sales tax, like a income tax officer. You are questioning him or her. So your question can be taken as interrogation. When you're putting question like saying yes or say agree, disagree, yes or no, just answer one, like you see. May be perceived as advice or criticism. You're putting a question. The client can take your question because you're giving the answer also along with that, can take your question, nothing but your advice. And you're not giving advice. So he can take it as you're criticizing, you're not criticizing. So that's a big disadvantage of the close-ended questions. So you have seen the advantage, you have seen the disadvantage. So keep advantage in your mind. Let's go to the open-ended, see the advantage, disadvantage, advantage, close-ended, explore client thoughts and feeling. Great advantage. You are giving freedom. As I said, 70 to 80% time to the client. So giving freedom, exploring client's thoughts, what's going inside, what's going subconscious level of the client. Advantage, give client some control in the conversation. No control is moving from your hand to your client hand. Okay. So giving control to him, that's advantage. So he's also taking charge of the session. Convey your interest and respect for the client. It shows you give value, to the client. If I'm allowing you to put the question the way you want to put, feel free. That means giving you respect. So I'm providing that, conveying interest. I'm interested in you. I'm interested in giving a respect to you. Provide information you never have to see. Great advantage of the open-ended question. May provide information which you never came to your mind. Never thought to ask that question, but you are giving freedom to the client, so something will come which is great. Disadvantage, May allow client to wander or to avoid topics, because here you're putting a pressure. Open-ended, you are not giving any hint, any direction. So that means you're putting a pressure on him, his intellectuality, ability. May lead to a series of this is one of the biggest disadvantage of the open-ended question. May lead to I don't know. You may find whenever you're putting a question to the client say I'm confused. I don't know. Sorry, I don't know. That means he's telling you indirectly, shut up, don't ask me. I'm not going to answer you. That's enough hint for you to stop, basically, because he can't take that much load, and you're putting that load. So this is one of the greatest disadvantage of the open-ended questions. No, you have seen advantage and disadvantage. No, I just want to know from you. My question, no, I'm going back to the question. When I'm starting my session with my client, should I start with the open-ended or the closed-ended? No, you come and tell me. I hope you will agree with the mix I can't start. In mix, you see first part is closed-ended, then the open. Mix, you can't start it. Either you have to pick open or you pick close. Open-ended, open-ended. But putting pressure, then you are putting a pressure. Don't think you're trying to create a disinterest in the client. I'm just asking you. I'm not answering. No, I can see some close-ended questions are coming on the chat. Let me cut down. Otherwise, I would have spent more time on this. Time is running short from me. Please always start with the close-ended questions. Never start with the open-ended questions. With close-ended question, you yield a lot of information. First, collect the basic information. Then move to the close-ended question. Open-ended question. If you see, my third question basically was hint to you. In my third question, if you see my third question, let me go back. My third question. In third question, I asked you the close-ended, then go to the open-ended. That was the hint for you. Always start with the close-ended question, then go to the open-ended question. And once you open-ended, very important. It yields a lot of information. But once the client say, I don't know, he said once and twice, I'm confused. That means this is time for you to move back to the close-ended question. Clear? You start with the close-ended question, go to the open-ended question. When you find the client is not responding further, finding it difficult, scratching his or her head like this, it means stop it. Open-ended question. Go to the close-ended question. Get more information. Then again, you have the opportunity. You can again go back to the open-ended. So your movement will be from close-ended to open-ended till the client can take the load. And once you find load is not taking up the load, go to the close-ended. If still some information required to be collected, then again go to the open-ended. Nobody can stop it. So your movement will be from closed to closed to open till you get the information, required information from the client. I hope I'm clear. Am I clear? Yes, no? Okay. Please keep this is very important. No, from here, next my 3 slides, my focus will be on the coachee. No, I'm focusing on the coachee, the client. 3 very important things. First thing, identify the strength. So in your questioning, answering, in your session, you try to identify the strength of the client. What is the strength? Try to understand it. That is motivation, client's level of desire to work towards a training goal, how much he or she desire, how long he would like to work and spend. Identify that strength of the client. Like I find you people, you were so motivated. The moment I say put the first activity, you start writing quickly on the chat. That shows your alertness, you're active, and you become my motivator. Clear? So keep that in mind. So try to understand what are the motivation, how much desire the client has to work towards attaining the career goals. Education transferable skills. What kind of academic education he obtained it, vocational experience, internship, as for practical knowledge. Just try to understand that. That strength of the client. Then sports system, what kind of family he has? Is his family sporting? Community where he or she live is sporting? And timing, how much time the client can spend? How much time can be spent in searching a job, in search of a job? These are the strengths of the clients. And decision making, can client take decision making? Can he feel comfortable in taking own decision, or he need the help of someone? Who is that someone? What dependence on that? Can he be made or she be made independent of that? So understand the strength of the clients in terms of motivation, education transferable skills, support system, timing, decision making, capacity. Not your, again I'm saying it's not your, is the client, is your coach's decision making, because you are identifying coach's strength, not your strength. Your strength may be great, I can't match your strength, but you have to keep me in mind. Okay? Look towards that. Then barriers. Identify my barriers. What are my challenges? What are my barriers? In terms of finances, financial circumstances, maybe the client wants a job immediately because his circumstances are not good. He lost his father, or father lost his job, or there is something happened to someone falls sick at home, he need to start the work. So try to understand financial circumstances, living conditions, joint nuclear extended what kind of family space the client have, child caring, elder care. There may be possibility that there's a sick grandfather at home where the client will have to go from the school and take care of the grandfather, give medicine, there's a small mother, father, both are working, and these small siblings at home, younger brother, sister have to take care of that. So these are the barriers to the client. And last one, mental and physical issues, that illness that affect the self-esteem of the client. Understand pride. So try to understand the strength of the clients in terms of motivation, skills which are transferable, families, the conditions, and then the barriers. Keep these both elements in mind, and this will come through your questioning. Two types of questioning which we discussed, that is close-ended question, open-ended question. Close-ended question, through that you will try to identify this. And when you identify this, based on this, the next slide is the crux, basically, that is effective goal setting. Effective goal setting not for you. Effective goal setting for whom? For your client. So you are helping the client. You are collaborating with the client to set the goal. Based on what? Based on the previous two slides, the strength and the barriers. Keep the strength and the barriers in mind. You help the client. You don't set for the client. Please, you are nobody to set the client. Help the client to set the goal, which I am saying ABCD of M. That is goal to be achievable, believable, conceivable, desirable. The goal to be achievable, believable, conceivable, desirable. M, that is measurable. That is, you help the client to collaborate with the client to set the goal. The goal can be attained through client's efforts. Clear? The goal to be achievable by whom? Not by you, not by me, by my client. So can be attained, if achieved by me, that means by my efforts. Am I clear? The goal to be achievable. Goal to be believable. By whom? Not by you. By your something the client believe they can attain. Am I clear? The goal to be believable. By whom? By the client. The client believe that I can do it. I can attain it. Let him buy the. I'm selling, he's buying. Once he buy, then he will take care of that. C, conceivable, can be expressed in words, not by saying, oh, you can do improvement. That's nonsense feedback. I used to hate my colleagues sometime when I was HOD at Delhi University, they used to write for the students, your assignment can be improved. I said, what rubbish you are telling? Tell what can be added, what should be deleted. Be very specific. So when we say conceivable, it should not be, oh, you can improve, you can do much better. Stupid. what can be done, how to move it, proper line of traction. So goal to be conceivable should be expressed in very, very clear words, and desirable, something the client truly wants, not the client's fathers want, mother want, teacher want, you as a coach want, what the client want. The goal to be something the client really wants. And measurable can be worked towards increment gain, means fix small goal, then difficult goal, then difficult. Let the small to be taken step by step, moving up the goal. So here your focus will stay in these 3 slides. My focus was on the coachee. If you see, understanding the strength of the coach, the client, understanding the barrier of the client, based on strength and the barrier. Please help the collaborate with the client in setting the goal, that the ABCD of goal to be achievable, believable, conceivable, desirable, and measurable. Measurable means the client can see the outcome. Clear? From here, sorry if I move fast because time will left only 4 minutes with me. Anyway, at this point, again I'm moving from the fourth segment. I'm moving to the coach batch. So if you see, initially I was with the coachee, with the coach, then I moved to the coachee. In last 3 slides, again I'm going back to the coach. So guidelines for a career coach. This is very important for you to understand. I think quite simple, but I'm just making it a point. Make home assignment clearly relevant. It should not be irrelevant assignment. Give which are relevant to the issues which you are dealing with. Collaborate with the clients in formatting assignment. I think enough I've talked on this issue a couple of times now. And these are the guidelines which you just keep in mind. Keep assignment management. Don't make very big assignment. Give short assignment. Small assignment, so manageable, can be done. Gradually, the difficulty of your assignment. Give simple assignment first, then further difficult, further difficult, further difficult. Because you want to develop a learning curve, not a forgetting curve. Okay? Well, you have to give so that once the client has learned one step, that become a motivator for him to go to the next step. The next step. So gradually, the difficulty of the home assignment. Make sure that the client has a written summary of any such. This please keep in mind. I've seen it many times. The clients come and say, "Yes, I follow, sir, what you're saying. I will stick to these issues." I said, "No, you write down on a sheet of paper, on a notebook in front of me." So make sure the client has written summary, because his intellectual capacity may be very good, but the moment he's out, he gets involved in many more things, unwanted thing also, and can tend to forget many things. So that scissor, when it's written, is in black and white in front of that. It will keep him reminding or her reminding what to do next. Bring home assignment during the sessions. I generally ask my client, okay, so these are the assignment to be done for the next session. Why not let's try one? Let's try one of these assignment, and so that I start the wheel moving. The moment the wheel will move, then initiation has been taken, then the client will follow subsequently. Anticipate difficulty in completing home assignment. There may be some difficulty which are beyond the control of the client. Don't be very aggressive on the client. Give some cushion, give some freedom, margin of freedom to the client, because something, maybe he went home and find that in the neighborhood there is someone dying and the parents have gone over there, or something on the blockage on the way, if something happened, with the family member, something, so unexpected things can happen, so anticipate difficulty in completing home assignment. Emphasize learning. Your focus to be on the learning. Outcome will come. And last, show interest. Close the session in such a fashion where the client can tell you next time when he comes or she comes, say, "Sir, I had a sleepless night yesterday because I was excited when I will get the opportunity to meet you." That means you had created that very interest in the client. So close the session in such a fashion that interest is created. Where you say, okay. Then some unethical, globally unethical behaviors, form unethical behavior, which we try, work very hard with our MINDLER coaches, that none of our coaches should fall in the trap of the unethical behavior. The few forms of the unethical behavior, violation of the confidentiality, this can lead to legal issues. Please be careful that confidentiality is very important. exceeding one's level of professional competency. Stay within your professional competency. Don't go beyond that. Somebody asking you to backslide. I'm sorry. I don't want to say sorry to you because time is already. I've taken my time. Still, I've needed 3, 4, 5 minutes. Negligent practice, another form of unethical behavior. Claiming expertise one does not have. Possess. If you are not expert in that, if you claim in that, for example, you can't handle a paranoid, a schizophrenic case, for example, psychology of normal case. If you handle that case, you're not a trained psychologist, for example, that's a unethical behavior. That means you're exceeding your competencies, and that can be a legal issue for you. Imposing one's values on the client, your values are your values. You don't try to impose those values on your clients. Creating dependence in a client, because one day you have to say bye-bye to your client. That doesn't mean the moment you say bye-bye to your client collapse. That way you had created a dependency of the on the client, of the client on you. So please ensure that creating dependency of a client is an unethical behavior. Sexual activity with a client is the form of unethical, serious behavior. Certain conflicts of interest with the clients if the interest, for example, the client, you may be knowing, I think, the doctor never see his own son or daughter, he take the son and daughter because the conflict of interest will come. So he will refer that to the fellow friends, fellow colleagues. Similarly over here, so if this conflict of interest, so such becomes unethical behavior. Questionable financial arrangements such as charging excessive fees also is unethical behavior. In most of the places across the globe, this happens, Improper advertising, another form of these are the 10 unethical behavior. Purpose is to remind you, but the moment you will come to us, some of you will come for the advanced program, we will give roughly about, I think we spent about 10, 15 days just talking, developing unethical behaviors paradigm so that you avoid such kind of unethical behavior. Last slide, some question which you must ask. This is very, very important for you, to my mind. You must ask the question to yourself of the session. Henceforth, whenever you have a session with your client, please always never give back to back. If you one session you're giving from 9 to 10, other you should not give at 10 to 11. Give 10:15 to 11:15 or 10:15 to 11. So always keep a cushion time. And the cushion time, you ask a question. First question you ask to yourself, did I review the content, what happened in the coaching? Did I review it? The content, what happened in the coaching? So for example, I finished my session where I have to think what I did. Did I review what all I have given you? There might be something which extra I have given you, which I have not given emphasis, so that I can take care in my next session. Review the process of what happened in the coaching. Just review that process and see that process. Did I review the process? Did I re-emphasize client strengths that were evident in the coaching? Did I re-emphasize? If you must have noticed at the starting, I said it's an excellent group sitting in front of me. You people are excellent. You're a great motivator. Because that is your strength, your alertness at the end of the day. At 4 p.m., it's a 5 p.m. Since morning you are involved, and the way you are active, that's your strength. I re-emphasize. So similarly, whatever you see, the strength of the client comes in the session. Please don't shy from that. Don't hold it. Just share with your client, re-emphasize it. Did I evaluate what went well, what went poorly? Not everything will go goody-goody. Something may not have gone well. Did I review it? Put the question to yourself. Did I explore things unsaid in the coaching? There might be things which I presume, I think client want to say this thing. Did I check it? Did I verify it? Verification with presumption is not required in this case. Need to verify from the client. Explore it. Did I discuss feeling related to the ending of the session? How the client feel at the end of the session? Did I review it? Provided a clear and direct structure for the client's next step. Henceforth, whenever you close the session, always put my very favorite question which I'm sharing with you, which I always ask. And time is not permitting, otherwise I would have asked you this question. But these questions after each session, you must put these 3 questions to your client. That is, what we did, why we did, how you are feeling now. What we did, why we did, how you are feeling now. These are the 3 questions you must ask to your client always. So think over it. When you go home, or you're at home, maybe at your place, maybe at the office, So when you get out from the sessions, put the question to yourself for the entire, not only my session, entire day. What we did, what you did, you are given your 1 day. You 9 hours you are given of your life. So think what you did, why I did it, why I've given this time, and how I'm feeling now. And I'm putting the last question to answer. If you can answer, some of you can answer. Last question: how you're feeling now? Put the question: how you're feeling now? Before I hand over to the organizers, how you're feeling? Sad? Disturbed? Confused? These are the feeling. Don't shy away. Indifferent? Goody goody? Bad bad? The feelings. Feeling means churning going in your stomach, not thinking. I'm feeling what I will learn next time. That's your thinking. That's not your feeling. So stay with your feeling. That will help you in developing your emotional strength, which we call it emotional intelligence, very popular, these days. So with this, I know you have another session, I think, panel discussion. So I will stop it over here and see you tomorrow morning at 8:45 sharp and take your session in the morning and hand it over to the organizer. Thank you if I've taken senior time, but sometimes it's not in my control.
Thank you so much, sir. Participants